Alrighty, guys, we are live here on the channel. I do believe. Yep, we're live. Yep, we're live, alive and well. So we are going to do a live weather briefing for you guys. No imminent weather concerns, but definitely some concerning storm systems upon us here. And speaking of storm systems, we're going to have to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center website in order to tell y'all what hazards there could be. So today there was a marginal risk. I mean, not really anything too concerning, just some isolated damaging winds. But that was about it for parts of Pennsylvania. But as we go into tomorrow, severe weather or a marginal risk for severe weather comes back into the Central Plains. The Central Plains are waking up this year, well, at least for late April, rather. We weren't really expecting an active or an above average um, season for April or for Central Plains, but could, surprise us a little bit. But it shouldn't be too concerning. I mean, this is usual this time of year for the plains, but we do have a marginal risk for severe weather stretching from the very extreme northeastern parts of the panhandle of Texas there, going into northeast or northwestern Oklahoma, going into eastern Kansas, a lot of central and eastern Kansas, and going into southwestern or southeastern Nebraska there, and southwestern Ohio, and going into western Missouri right there. Main risk is actually hail. Some isolated wind gusts and some isolated large hail cannot be ruled out with the strongest cores. Let's see what they say in the discussion. I do want to see something. Conditionally, an established supercell in this region could support very large hail, given steep lapse rates aloft and could ample shear. So they mentioned very large hail, but that is a very conditional threat, which I do understand why the SPC hasn't gone to a slight risk for the hail threat, because it's so conditional. They're not really certain on that, but I could, it's definitely possible. We could see a significant hailstone, and it's just conditional. But that's for tomorrow. And day 3, it gets a little bit more concerning here. That is when our low pressure really starts to get its shape here and starts to amplify more moisture, more content for thunderstorms to grow. And this would usually, this is somewhat of a concerning threat for hail, at least. I could imagine that the significant hazard here is for hail from eastern Nebraska going into western Iowa there, and parts of northwestern Missouri could be under the gun there too as well. Just know that there could be some modifications with this SPC outlook, so don't get this exact SPC outlook in your head yet, because there is some little uncertainties here and there. But other than that, I mean, we're basically expecting severe storms. The significance of the severe storms, the significant hail, all significant hazards, that's conditional. Why I say that is because we're going to have a capping inversion built in. But I mean, that wouldn't really matter because the storms will probably be more mature by then. But another thing why I say hail could be a main threat is the elevation of the storms, or the storms that are basically, they're not surface based, meaning that they cannot, develop they can't produce tornadoes, but they could try. They can try. I mean, elevated storms. People seem to think elevated storms cannot have rotation. They could have rotation, but they're going to struggle. It's just that elevated storms cannot produce tornadoes. I mean, they could try to, but I mean, it's really, really hard for an elevated storm to produce a tornado. But that's basically what day 3 brings. They did mention an upgrade. No, they didn't. They didn't mention upgrade for tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Day 3. They mentioned it for the day 4 for parts of. I think it's for Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And speaking of Friday, we're gonna go to day Friday right now. So this is something very okay. Day 4, right? We have a really skinny but large slight risk for severe weather for parts of the Midwest going into the Central Plains, even in the Great Lakes. I mean, anywhere in that 50% risk area could see severe weather. There will be some modifications with this SPC outlook, rather, so don't take this. Don't. I mean, just stay weather aware. That's all I'm gonna say. But I mean, we're still expecting some sort of severe weather out here. Anywhere in this 15% risk area. So this goes for parts of central Texas or central northern Texas there, going to central and then eastern Oklahoma there. Arkansas, Chat. Arkansas is currently they're gonna get more severe weather, unfortunately. And the other unfortunate news I do have for you guys is give me 1 second. I'm gonna look this up right quick. CPC 6 to 10 day outlook, and unfortunately, not looking good for Arkansas because Arkansas is under the gun for more severe weather, like I said, and more rain too, above average for precipitation outlook, which is quite concerning because Arkansas has just been getting battered and battered lately. And it's Arkansas has enough. Arkansas should be done. They don't need any more flooding. They don't need any more tornadoes. They don't need any more severe weather. But unfortunately, Mother Nature has gotten mad at Arkansas. But it's the northeastern part or northwestern part of Arkansas there for the Tri-Cities like Bentonville. What are the other cities up there? Bentonville. Shoot, there's more cities there in that Tri-City up there near northwestern Arkansas, because Walmart headquarters is in Bentonville. That's why I remember Bentonville. I do want to turn on cities here just to see if it shows up. Nope, does not show up. I might have to pull up. Might have to pull up. I might have to pull up. Otherwise, honestly, look at it here. But as that uploads there, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. We're gonna be above average. I mean, we're talking about really warm temperatures for a lot of the southeast, eastern, and maybe even parts of the central and midwestern part of the United States. There, a lot of the United States is going to be above average. The only exception is north, central, and then northwestern part of the United States, as we can see below in your normal temperatures. But I mean, we're going to be into an active period for severe weather. These troughs are going to be coming in as this high pressure is breaking down for parts of, or the high pressure that was, for the central U.S. that was sitting there for quite a little bit there. It's going to break down. And what that's going to do is more troughs are going to come into the United States on that side of the country there. It's going to come over the Rocky Mountains. And usually when troughs come over the Rocky Mountains, it creates more mixing, which could allow for some spin in the atmosphere, and that could get storms going and get some tornadoes and damaging winds and large hail. So that's our concern here for these storm systems on the horizon here. I mean, we're not exactly pinpointing where the storm systems are going to develop for, let's say, 2 weeks out. We're basically, all I'm saying is that we're entering more of an active period here for severe weather due to other mesoscale factors here. What's up, Caleb? What's up, John? I'm down in Florida. Wow. Hope you have fun down there, dude. Caleb says, chat, your least favorite isn't grounded yet. Bro, what? But yeah. As I was saying, uh, Central and Southern Missouri is in that slight risk. Peoria, Caleb, and then Central and Northern Illinois, and then going into Central and Northern Indiana, and then Southeastern Arkansas, and then parts of Central and Southern Michigan, and going into Northwestern Ohio there. So if you're in Abilene, Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Springfield, area south of Kansas City, Jefferson City, St. Louis, Hannibal, Springfield, Peoria, Chicago, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Detroit. You guys are all in that slight risk for severe weather. Now, there could be some modifications, like I said, with the slight risk, but this is for day 4. This is for Friday, I do think. This is for Friday, I think. Yep. And they do mention, the SPC does mention, um, an active severe weather pattern expected through at least this weekend before predictability diminishes early next week. But just know an active severe weather pattern is coming back here. I mean, we've been in a lull for a few days, which was nice, but unfortunately we got more severe weather to come here. But as we go into day 5, this is Saturday, we have another expansive but skinny slight risk. This is relatively large, but at the same time it's so skinny too. It's kind of like our other risk for day 4 there. But this is for day 5. This goes for a lot of central Texas there, going into southeastern Oklahoma, going into central and northern Arkansas there. They don't need any more severe weather. I'm telling you guys right now. They don't need any more flooding. They don't need any more severe weather. They don't need any more dangerous weather because they have been through enough already. And then going into northwestern Tennessee, southeastern Missouri, and extreme southern parts of Illinois there. A lot of Kentucky there. A lot of southern, central, and even northern Kentucky. All of Kentucky is basically in that slight risk, and going into very extreme parts of West Virginia there. But Little Rock, areas north of Memphis, Jackson, Nashville, Bowling Green, Evansville, Louisville, Charleston, Abilene, Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Midland, you guys are all in that slight risk, and this will change too. There are going to be some modifications depending on model trends, but I guarantee you guys, one of these days are going to be big. And that day, I do think might be going big, is day 6, which is Sunday. Easter Sunday, chat. We got Easter Sunday. So this is for, what day is this for? This is for, I can't tell what day this is. This is day 6, so this is for the 20th, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Someone put that down into chat for me, please. But as I was saying, day 6, we do have another slight risk for severe weather here, and I'm going to hop into the models in just a few moments, but we do have a concerning pattern here for another storm system to, produce some more severe weather, and I do think Sunday could go big too. We're still a little bit far out. We're still about less than a week out, but models are showing a pretty potent trough, negatively tilted, amplified, a lot of divergence too, which will help storms rise up in the atmosphere there, and that could pose a risk for severe weather, like I said there. So eastern northeastern parts of Texas, they are going for Dallas, Waco, Lufkin, and then southeastern parts of Oklahoma there, and then northwestern parts of Louisiana. That goes for Shreveport, and then all of Arkansas. I mean, when I say all of Arkansas, I mean all of Arkansas. Um, that goes for Little Rock, Memphis, Greenville, and maybe even Jackson and Springfield as well. This also goes for extreme western parts of Mississippi, northwestern part at least, and then extreme western parts of Tennessee, extreme western parts of Kentucky, extreme southern Illinois, and then southern Missouri there. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, very potent severe weather coming. I do think Sunday could actually do something here. Um, but like I said, this is quite far out. Um, but I do think Sunday could do something. But let's hop into models here. I do want to look at models. First of all, we're gonna take a look at tomorrow, right? We're gonna go day by day, and we're gonna answer any questions you have in chat. Um, but bro, this area will never catch break. ODS Denter is here. Bro, this area will never catch break. They're making me work for real. It's hard to believe the DS dinner. Okay, let's get serious here because once we get over the forecast here, we're gonna answer some questions. What's up, Storm Watchers Weather? Glad to see you in here as well. But as I was saying here, we do have an conditional risk for parts of Oklahoma stretching into Kansas there of an isolated supercell that could pose a very large hail risk. That is conditional. However, steep low-level lapse rates will support a large hail threat. But here's the thing. Capped Cape here. But I mean, if the cap isn't there, I mean, we could have some sort of hail risk. But as for now, it is conditional, like I said. So it's gonna struggle there. Tomorrow we're not looking at anything concerning, but we could see a conditional risk for a large hailstone here or there, but nothing too concerning. Now we're gonna hop onto the NAM because the NAM, well, the normal NAM, we're gonna go for the Nebraska, Ohio, or Nebraska. What am I saying? Nebraska, Iowa State line here. Basically the quad state right there. Which would go for northwestern parts of Missouri, northeastern parts of Kansas, southeastern parts of Nebraska, and north or southwestern parts of Iowa there. If we take a look at our trough, our 700 millibar trough, we are going to have good flow, good southwesterly flow, which could amplify, which could, support severe weather, of course, given the shear. Now, here's the thing, the cap, right? We're gonna have a cap, but there could be some cap breaks. And that is why we do have storms trying to fire there in south central Nebraska there. But I mean, the cap wouldn't really matter a lot, even though if the cap breaks, we're gonna have most probably elevated storms. And I do think that a really large hail risk could be a concern here for the day 3 threat here. Looks like Indiana. It looks like Indiana is gonna get hit again, but at night, yeah. Indiana always gets some nighttime events, which I don't. I mean, that's one of the reasons why maybe your the trough timing has something to do with it. Your cold front, the cold front as well. Depends on what speed your cold front might be moving at. That could have an influence on Indiana's nighttime threat, but South Carolina, I mean, we've been getting a lot of overnight lines of thunderstorms here. We haven't had a solid severe threat in quite a while, actually. Now that I think about it, the last time South Carolina severe weather threat, like a actual, a line of severe storms, what the plains would see, hail, wind, all that stuff. That was, get this, I do believe it was back in 2023. And that was 2 years ago. I honestly despise nighttime events. Yeah, me too, dude. Nighttime events. Okay, here's the thing with nighttime events. In some certain events here, we have a trough, and that trough uh could move a little bit slower or faster depending on the speed of your trough, and that could strengthen the low level jet, and that could at night usually a low level jet strengthen, and that could lead to if we have any prefrontals, that could lead to more of a nighttime nocturnal tornado threat, and that is the scariest thing you guys could ever experience. Nighttime rain wrapped wedges. Those things, those are one of the worst things you guys could probably ever see or deal with. Um, Now, if you really think about it, that is, there's a few times where we had that instance. Uh, I can name a few instances of that. One of them was Barnstall. One of them was Rolling Fork. Not necessarily Mayfield, because the Mayfield tornado was ongoing even before the sun set. The Mayfield tornado basically started around like 6 o'clock or something. Six o'clock Eastern, I do believe. And I do remember that tornado. I do remember tracking it on radar. And again, I was young. I was like 13, so I wasn't like, I didn't know what products were when I was 13, but as I started to grow up, look at radar products, use radar apps and stuff like that, and watch weather enthusiasts, I really got to know a lot of what the weather products mean and all that kind of stuff. But again, there's big time ingredients for not only hail but for tornadoes. Um, Now, not really for tornadoes exactly, but the supercell composite is really going off like crazy. Now, I wouldn't really pay attention to the supercell composite, but there are very low end tornadic ingredients here that could support an isolated tornado or two. Given the insane amount of, well, not insane, but really high shear values. I mean, we're talking the 0.3 kilometer SRH here. We're looking at around almost in pockets 500 meters squared per second squared of storm relative helicity, which is quite a lot in a 0.3 kilometer. Now, if we go to the 0.1 kilometer, it gets a little weaker, but still supportive enough for an isolated tornado or two. We're looking around 200 to 250 meters squared per second squared of SRH, known as storm relative helicity. But other than that, I mean, not too concerning for the tornado threat for day three. However, some very large hail could be with those storms. If I do take a look at lapse rates, lapse rates are quite literally off the charts here from the mid levels. The low levels, I mean, it's there, but um, the temperature dew point spread. I do want to take a look at the NamNest model here because that gives us a better resolution here. If I can get rid of that, all right. I do want to take a look at the NamNest model because it does go far. Oh my goodness, dude, that is insane. Oh, that spin, that triple point. Is it a triple point? Because you have that right there, your occluded front, got that warm front, and you got that cold front. Yep. Very narrow quarter of significant severe hazards right there near that low pressure. And that could be where, yeah, yeah. If we, like I said, if we look at the dew points near that low pressure right there, we're seeing values 65, 66, 67 in pockets there, but that is a narrow quarter. But generally, we're sitting around low 60s, but in pockets, we could be seeing mid 60s. Now, here's, I'm kind of, I don't know, because we have temperatures, around 70 degrees, 75, 76 right there. That could lead to more of an elevated hail threat, but I would watch out for a sneaky tornado threat. I would definitely watch a sneaky hail threat, or not a hail threat, a tornado threat, but the hail threat is definitely there. We could see some significant hailstones. Um, but what's up, Pete? I forgot to introduce you. What's up, Indiana? Glad to see you as well. Definitely a triple point. Yeah, I do notice that. And again, if we take a look at what product did we use to take a look at that, what product gives us a better view of that? Right here. So you got your warm front right here. You can obviously see that. You got your occluded front right there. And you got your cold front or dry line, whatever you want to call it. Your cold front is right here. Your dry line's right here. Um, so triple point right here. Those storms are being near that triple point, which could, be a little bit of an issue for a tornado threat, but could lead to more of a hail threat than anything. But that is for day 3. Yeah, classic triple point setup too. I did actually notice that too. You got that occluded front, warm front, cold front. Yeah, that is a really, really classic triple point right there. Now as we go on the GFS, or you know what? Yeah, we'll use the GFS for right now. Or could we use the NAM for tomorrow or for day 4? We might use NAM for day 4 because that is in range here. So if we take it out on time here, we're looking at supercell composite. We're going to go to the contiguous United States. There's a widespread area where anybody could see severe weather in that 50% risk area. Where I do think the most concentrated area for significant severe weather potential would probably be in Oklahoma. Um, but definitely something to keep an eye on here for day 4 too, because instability. Wow, dude. Yeah. I honestly do think Oklahoma is the target there, but it is a little bit too far out to tell. But oh man, the NAM has it capped too. The NAM doesn't initiate anything except for that one in that little storm there on the Illinois Indiana border. Um, oh man, it doesn't initiate anything, which could probably be an issue with the capping. Yeah, it's definitely a capping inversion there. I mean, we're looking at cap here of 160, 200. Yeah, storms are not going to get above that at all here. But I mean, there's some lower cap values, and if a storm fires, I mean, we could see an issue here. But I don't think that. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Chad. We'll see. Strong tornado potential in these days exists. Also, Thursday will likely get upgraded to hail. Yeah. Significant hail too at that. Um, classic. Yep. Definitely looking around the Kansas City area and east of there for the best significant tornado threat. Yeah. It could just be the model being biased. Yeah. I mean, if we take a look at the GFS, because there's no, well, can we take a look at the rep? I want to know if we can see the rep. Oh my gosh, dude, are you kidding me? Ah, shoot. But we could see what the heck is going. Excuse me. What? Hold on. I need a sector. I need a sector. Why do we have uncapped instability that far north? What the heck? Okay, not a significant ingredient. Well, I don't know why there's. Hold on. Let me look at the NAM for that. Yeah, the NAM. Yeah, the NAM doesn't even show that. The NAM doesn't even, well, it kind of does, but the RAP model is showing aggressive Cape values out there too. I mean, we're looking at Cape values on the RAP model for South Central, 3,500 joules per kilogram. That's on the RAP model there. If we take a look at 0 to 1 kilometer SRH values, yeah, Not favorable, dude. Not favorable. If we take a look at the 0 3 kilometer SRH, I don't really use that a lot, but looking at it for fun's good. But I don't know why there's instability so aggressive that far north. But however, the right model is far enough out to go for Thursday. And let's take a look at our troughing at the 700 millibar level, or the wind speeds here. Okay, I thought we had a view for Thursday. What? Okay, this is for. Okay. I do want to compare the reps and the NAM. Okay, the NAB is not far, or the RAP model rather is not far enough out to exactly pinpoint the peak threat, but you could see some southwesterly flow there on the RAP model there, westerly to southwesterly flow. Could that of course will strengthen as we get more of the RAP model here. Yeah, for sure, Pete. I'll pin that message too. But so that is for we were just talking about Friday. We're gonna use the GFS for Friday because we cannot find a model that could go out far enough for Friday. That is the CAM model besides the NAM. So we're gonna take a look at the contiguous US here. Now you could see we've got a high pressure, a pretty notable high pressure too. There near the Gulf there, for parts of the Panhandle there. There's the high pressure location according to the GFS. We got this southwesterly flow, which could actually enhance severe weather potential. You can see. Let's see. I do want to take a look at instability. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even the GFS has an uncapped environment here, so it might just be the NAM being biased, model bias. Friday could be a big day with tornado potential extending from Oklahoma all the way down to Michigan. If the cap is lesser areas, yeah. And GFS does portray a lot of an uncapped environment for a lot of our 50% risk area for Friday. I do want to look at the SRH values. Too bad we only got the 0 3 kilometer. Yeah, not too strong. Could lead to less forcing. Which could keep supercells semi-discrete if we see any storms fire. Which that could be an actual scenario, and that does keep. Well, hold on. I don't know how much forcing is with this. I do want to check how much forcing is with this here. Interesting. Yeah, that high pressure. I mean, if our high pressure was a little bit more to the west, or not to the west, to the east, I mean, that wouldn't really do much other than enhance it more for severe weather potential. But you could see the energy spinning around that high pressure going into that risk area, which is quite interesting. I like that. I like the evolution of that, but I don't like it when it causes problems. But we do have more troughs. I mean, geez, I mean like more troughs, more troughs, more troughs, more and more. But here, I want to note something here. No, Arkansas is not getting a break for some random reason. There's got to be something in that Arkansas atmosphere to make Mother Nature mad, because Mother Nature apparently does hate Arkansas. I don't know why. Might be the relationship between the two, but I don't know. We're gonna have a discussion with Mother Nature on that part, but um, So, as I was saying here for Saturday, is this for Friday? I can't even tell which days this is because there's a slight risk everywhere, dude. This is for Saturday. All right, we're talking about Friday. All right, so Friday we're gonna have a pocket here of 80 knots. That is the 700 millibar level, so that's a little bit far up, but definitely we have to watch Friday really closely. That is what all I'm gonna say there. Um, Now, if we take a look at Saturday, now here's 18Z Saturday. This is where severe weather threat will be. A very skinny but large area there. If we take a look at Cape, I mean, I don't know, man. But I do want to take a look at the European for just a split second here. Oh yeah, I do see why they did that. I do see why. Okay, yeah, I do see why they did an expensive slight risk for that too. Do you want to take a look at that for Friday? Oh wow, it's not uncapped. I wonder if that's uncapped too. But that's just most unstable. This is not necessarily surface based. Um, but it gives us an idea of the environment a little bit. Uh, Definitely enough moisture, no problem over there. Uh, yeah, a pretty good amount of shear. If you look at bulk shear, I do want to see that. Yeah, pretty strong bulk shear. I mean, we're looking at 50, 60, even 70 knots in some localized areas. If you look at SLP and precip, yeah, just I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Friday. We're gonna have to get our cam models for Friday because I don't have big confidence on Friday. I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see on Friday. Because we only have the GFS and the NAM and the Euro. We have our global models for Friday, but as we get our cam models for Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday, and we're gonna talk about Sunday in a little bit here, but um, we're gonna have to keep an eye on cam models as we get closer here. Chat, I gotta use the restroom. I will be right back. I'm gonna make a text box here, so give me 1 second, chat, before I go to use the restroom. Um, um, Text box. Give it 1 moment. I'm gonna use the restroom at source. Um, Give me 1 second, chat. Kim still be right back. Crazy. Um, Make that red. We're gonna make that red, chat. All right, chat. I will be right back. I'm gonna put myself on mute. Already chat. We are back. So, um, Tim Marshall says best I can do is an EF, bro. But yeah, we are back here. Now we're gonna talk about Sunday. Because Sunday could be one of the more significant days. Um, if we go out to Sunday here, I mean, like, geez, man. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at our 500 millibar jet here. You got a really notable shortwave here. A shortwave there, another shortwave there. We got little shortwaves that could increase severe weather potential here. Yeah, not Easter storm. Yeah, nobody wants Easter storms. Not severe at least. But unfortunately, severe weather or Easter Sunday does look to be somewhat concerning. Somewhat concerning. Because I do think Sunday could actually be the more significant day. Significant day here. If we did look at 700 millibar jet here. Where's Sunday? Where is Sunday? What the heck? Is it faster? Okay, no, I was just looking at the 12Z. My goodness. No? What's up, Mr. Storm? Glad to see you here as well. It looks like our trough is faster, which could lead to more of a lesser severe threat here. Wow. Let's see if that continues. Because if we take a look at it back at our previous runs, but yeah, what's up, Mr. Storm? I'm glad to see you here. Glad to see you in here as well. If we take a look at 24 hours ago, if I can even pull it up right here. This is our trough was really potent, negatively tilted bowling ball trough with 700 or not 700 around 70 knots in the 700 millibar level. That was concerning. That was pretty darn concerning, and I thought Sunday could be a really significant day, but I do think Sunday is downtrending ever so slightly. Let's hope that's the case. But this was 24 hours ago. This was 18Z GFS, and 18Z GFS was painting a really concerning signal. And as you can see, our supercell composite was really up there too. Sitting uh, around 4, 5, 6, even 7 in some places. Um, Luckily, doesn't seem like. Well, I mean, yeah, there is instability there, but as we go into later trends here, it is trending eastward. Our threat is trending eastward, which could. Oh, hold on. I need to get rid of something here. Hold on. I forgot to get rid of this text box. Give me 1 second, chat. I thought something was wrong. There you go. All right, got rid of it. Great, 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 great. But anyways, it doesn't seem like Sunday is going to be really significant. But Storm Prediction Center has outlined a risk area there, and I do expect them to shift that risk very far eastward. Because look at this. Look at this, chat. We're having. Look at this. They have the risk area, 50% risk area, in Arkansas, Dallas, Texas, Arkansas, in that area. Now let's take a look at model trends as of now. This is 21Z. This is the peak threat. Look how far eastward. Look how far eastward this has trended. Our trough is faster, which could lead to more of a less severe threat. However, there still will be a severe threat, but the trough timing is key. If we see a faster trough, that could lead to less severe weather. If we see a slower trough ejection, that could lead to a more robust severe weather event. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on Sunday too as well. And then as we go into Monday, I mean, Monday could, wow, my area, 1,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE in my area. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. What's Super 7 composite looking like? Yeah, I mean, definitely some sort of marginal threat, maybe even a slight. I do want to, yeah, run one Super Cell composite too. Yeah, not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a jet there. Sitting around 45, 50 knots. Not too shabby for Monday for my area. We'll see if they had a risk area for my area. But if you guys have any questions, you can put them in chat. I might do a chill stream too, so keep an eye on that. But it was really nice for you guys tuning in. I mean, we hit 7 likes, which is pretty good. I wasn't really expecting an active stream, but I don't know why I said keep an eye on that for a chill stream. I mean, it's just a chill stream. You don't have to keep an eye on it, but you could just like, tune in, chill out. In fact, chat, I do want to take a look. I do want to take a look at something here. This is the NIU. This is Northern Illinois University, I think. And this gives us an idea of all the GEFS ensembles putting on charts, graphs, and tables and all that stuff. I love this right here. I love this product right here. Basically gives us an idea. It gives us all the GEFS ensembles. Puts it on a graph. Anything, all right, the consistency. The tighter the GEFS ensembles on this graphs basically tells us how consistent, how the agreement. As we get further apart, that's the disagreement, meaning the more disorganized the models are. And as you can see, as we go further out in time here, we do have a little bit of a uncertainty here. But I mean, such a notable. Anything after the 17th is very, 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 very concerning, and also see it something to keep an eye on too. But that's that part. I also like looking at these too. The CFS week 3 accumulated supercell composite parameter. Don't take this literally, but as you can see, man, such an active. We're going to be such an active weather pattern here that could favor severe weather potential. But hopefully we don't get any significant outbreaks, but I do think we might see a couple of significant outbreaks as we go into very late April and into early May. So, and as we go into May, we should get a ridge or an omega block, what they call it, back in place. If we don't get that, man, oh shoot, we're gonna be in a whole heck load of trouble. Because we're gonna have more troughs coming in the United States, and we're going to have more troughs coming in the United States. We're going to have more severe weather events in April, or May rather, and that could lead to such an another active year for severe weather. Topping 2024, probably maybe overshooting 2024. Not in the craziness, but just in the sense of severe weather. But we've got 2004 to surpass, we've got 2001 to surpass, we got 2008 to surpass, we got 2011 to surpass. We could surpass any of those years. Yeah, those years were definitely active. 4 hurricanes too. At least 2004 was. 2005 was really active too. But I guess if you guys don't have any more questions, I guess we could do a chill stream of some sort. We might get Roman on call. I guess I'm gonna change the title. Don't mind the thumbnail. I'm not trying to be clickbaity or anything, but I do want to change that. Give me one moment, chat. Um, okay. My weather-wise video did really, really well. I do wanted to mention that. 115 views, which is crazy. That is my most popular video, and that was a tutorial for weather-wise, so that's awesome. I do want to change my thumbnail though. I honestly want to do that. I'm gonna do it on my phone if I probably would. I don't know how to do that, but I might do that. I'm gonna change it to that, chat. There you go. Save, change thumbnail. We're gonna do a chill stream, chat. Honestly, wait, what do we want to do, chat? But my bad, chat. Got to text Roman here, but definitely, just know that all right. But we're just chilling, chat. Um, Definitely an active stretch, and also we're gonna have some live streams later up on the severe weather events that are coming here to the United States. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and also keep those notification bell, keep that notification set up there. Give me one sec, chat. What? Um, can you tell me why the European model is? What the heck is the Euro doing? Someone tell me what the Euro is spitting out here. crazy work, but um, but we're just chilling with chat. I might hop on call with somebody too. No, never mind. But we're just chilling, chat. I mean, we're just chilling. Wait, what? What thumbnail? Roman's live? Oh shoot, is he? Nah, dude, is he live? He said he wasn't gonna go live. Holy crap, he is. He said he ain't got to do. He said he ain't got nothing to do, so he's live. Yeah, I did see that. Chat, I might honestly end stream here to play Twisted with Roman. We did go over everything we had to go over here, which would have been the main stream here. I might honestly end stream. I mean, I might just chill with Roman there, play Twisted. He's live for it too, also. So, dude. Okay, yeah, I'm ending the stream. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in.